Now, I do believe that, you can have, I think you get at least one soulmate per lifetime. Soulmates come
That.
in. Yes, soulmates come in, cycles of life. You get a soulmate per lifetime to teach you, to learn whatever you need to learn, to experience whatever you need to experience. Some of them you are able to build relationship with and have them as a long-term partner in that specific lifetime. Some of them are just there to love you through things or show you different things about yourself, like my sis said. But soulmates, are very special because of the significance of the role they play in your life, depending on what that is. Now, a lot of times we get soulmates confused with, like she said, karmic partners. And karmics, it's not just about what you did in this lifetime. You can have a fucking karmic from 3 life cycles ago that you still owe a debt to, or you did something to somebody. Maybe you was the man 3 life cycles ago and you cheated on that woman, and or you, like she said, you beat that woman, or you did something, and now in this lifetime it finally done caught up with your ass. That's the thing about karma that a lot of people don't
Oh,
get.
sis, can I ask you
Is
something?
Yeah,
Before
babe.
I forget. Before I forget, sorry, I did not mean to interrupt. I want to pin it. If you want to answer it later, that's fine, but I forget it.
No, go ahead.
Do you think soulmates can manifest through the different lifetimes? Like they can continue to keep going with you? Or you think they all be different to show you different lessons that you need to learn in those
I
lifetimes?
think sometimes you can have that occasion where you have multiple in a lifetime, because of the fact that it could be like, sometimes I think soulmates can cross that line of being karmic, because sometimes in certain, relationships with soulmates, things didn't go the way that they were supposed to. You guys
Okay.
didn't take advantage of that relationship the way you're supposed to. The lesson wasn't learned, or you harmed that soulmate that was there to help, and now it turned into a karmic situation. Now you are experiencing a lifetime where you have multiple people on your ass because of whatever may have happened in previous lifetimes. So I definitely think it can double up, triple up sometimes, especially if depending on your life contract. If you like, okay, I'm coming to handle everything this lifetime, this gonna be my last time, so any karmic debt I got, anything that I need to handle, anything that I owe, just give it all to me in this last lifetime so I can just go ahead and knock it out. And I think that's why some people have, these life experiences where it's just tragedy after tragedy after tragedy when it comes to love, because you kind of signed up to one swoop it and get it all done and get it all out, so that you can catch up. Because some of you, sometimes we are behind as far as our progress as a soul, and we got shit to do. So you gotta, catch up and learn whatever you need to learn. So sometimes the karmics and the soulmates can be confused. Sometimes a lot of people think in karmic situations, oh, because this person keeps coming back and because it's so hard to get rid of this person, they must be my soulmate or they must be my twin flame. When in actuality, that's your karmic. And that's why, you keep coming back, not necessarily because they are the person for you, but because you're not learning the lesson and you keep reattracting that person right back to you. Excuse me, or reattracting that energy right back to you in the form of a whole different person. So sometimes it's the energy that you have to pay the debt back to, and not necessarily that particular soul. A soul could be being used in that moment, but it may not have nothing to do with that particular person. It may just be you owe something back as far as an energy, period. And this is just the form that it's coming in. Now, when it comes to twin flames, you get one twin flame. You only have one twin flame. Sometimes the thing about twin flames is you may not always be sharing the same lifetime as your twin flame. That's why it's so dangerous to be out here trying to call everybody your twin flame, because your twin flame might still be in the astral realm and you out here putting that shit on somebody who is not even your twin. You get one twin, and that's the person who, when you were the energy, when you were created as this particular energy, that was the energy that was also created with you. So you've been with this energy since the beginning of the beginning, and you only have one of those. Sometimes you may be in the same lifetime with each other, and sometimes you may not be. Sometimes your twin flame can act as a form of your spirit team, an ancestor, or a past loved one, or a spirit guide, or something along those lines. You won't always be in the same lifetime as your twin flame. Sometimes you are, sometimes you aren't. But regardless of the fact, they, like my sister said, is they're a mirror to you. So when you come into contact with these twin flames, usually it doesn't go the way everybody think it's going to go, because a lot of us are in places in our lives where if we're mirrored back to ourselves, it's going to be some shit, because we some shit right now. So a lot of these twin flame interactions are shitty just because of the fact that that's the place that you're at, which means that that's the place that they're at, which means when you come together, both of y'all are mirroring this shitty energy off of each other, and it's causing all of these issues. It is very rare that you come into contact with your twin flame and you both are on a certain path where you're able to complete that lifetime with each other and have the relationship. It does happen, but it's very rare just because of the places that we are in this lifetime. I mean, a lot of us are healing, a lot of us have been through a lot of trauma, so the interactions with our twin flames aren't really the best. But twin flames, one way to distinguish, because I think because a lot of y'all get this confused, your twin flame literally almost live the same exact life as you, just in a different part of the world or something along those lines. So if you had mommy issues, they got mommy issues. If they got beat, you got beat by your daddy, they got beat by their daddy. If they got kicked out the house at 15, you got kicked out the house at 15. For some of y'all, they're born literally the day before you or after you or something like that. Or they can be your opposing sign. So for example, I'm a Gemini, so my opposing sign or my sister sign would be Sagittarius. It can be like that. If you are a Aries, they can be a Libra. It can be like that. Those are opposing signs. But there's like specific uncanny commonalities that y'all share that is just
Oh my
like
god! Oh my god!
nobody else. What?
I kid you, y'all. She made me so sick. I need you to get the fuck out of my head.
What I do?
So listen, y'all. So we won't interrupt each other, y'all, because we get downloads all the time. Y'all know we never interrupt each other, but today is really intense. I literally am over here, so I won't forget certain things that are coming to my mind. Y'all will see me typing on my MacBook.
Hmm.
I literally said you share a lot of commonalities in this motherfucker section shit. It blows my mind every time. Go
You
ahead,
be so
Joe.
locked in. Just so locked
Oh
in.
my God. It's y'all.
Period.
I don't think y'all understand how locked in me and this woman are. Like, literally, I typed commonalities and did like this. She was like, commonalities. Go ahead, sis. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm like, it's something good because her ass got giddy. And y'all know when she get giddy, it's something good. So, but yeah, so that just goes to show that's confirmation, because twin flames, you share so much in common. It's weird. That's why they say like looking in a mirror, because when you look in a mirror, that mirror reflects back to you exactly what you put in front of it. So with twin flames, you got to kind of ask yourself, if you one of those people who, I want to manifest my twin flame, ask yourself, if I showed up in my life in an opposite body, would I be okay? Would I survive this? Would I be mentally all right? Okay, but they have to ship me off to put on some grippy socks. Okay, and be in a padded room and eat off of plastic forks so they don't trust me with myself. Okay, you gotta really ask yourself these questions. Sometimes you would rather have that soulmate because your soulmate is almost designed for you in that particular lifetime. They have that, like she said, that yin and yang, that polar opposite that you need in order for you to learn whatever it is that you need to learn, but still get what you get. I hate when this thing do this. Okay, stop playing with her. Right. And still get what you get out of these relationships. So now going into soul ties, so this is where it kind of F's with y'all brain. Okay, when we start mixing sex and feelings and emotions and secretions and massages that
And
end in things.
affirmations.
Okay, this is when that motherfucking gift that the dude is just, that's when y'all get all over the place. Is when we get into these soul ties. Now the thing about soul ties is there are at least four major groups of soul ties. And I think it's so important that we understand the different types so that you understand just how important it is to protect your energy from everybody. Because a lot of people only focus on the physical and the emotional soul tie, which of course are some of the two, top ones. However, you also have social soul ties and spiritual soul ties. So not only can you be connected to people through sex, okay, which of course is like duh. And let me say this real fast about the sexual soul tie. A condom don't stop no soul tie. I don't know how y'all think energy works. I
Because
don't know if y'all think the energy gonna see the rubber and be like, oh no, they have a rubber on, we can't get them.
just
That's not how
just
that
like
works.
y'all be thinking cutting your light on and closing the door gonna stop a spirit from coming through.
Cause where's the common sense, guys? Okay, energy is not going to see that condom and turn around and get scared and shaking in his boots. That's not how that works. Okay, so whenever and we're not just talking about sex. We're talking about holding hands. We're talking about hugging. When we're talking about physical, we're talking about physical, whatever that means. Kissing, touching, hugging, sex, whatever, don't matter. When we talk about emotional, we mean emotional. When you are emotionally connected to a person, this could be your friends. Some of y'all got soul ties to y'all friends, and that's why y'all friendship so fucking toxic, because y'all have these deep soul ties with these people on a severe emotional level, and you're not even thinking about it. It's not even crossing your mind
That's why
that
y'all
you
friends
damn
be
near
y'all.
in love with this motherfucker.
Get the fuck.
Girl, they be in love with each other, don't even know
That's
they
what I'm gonna say. That's why
y'all
y'all
is
be in love.
in love.
Y'all can't. That's why y'all be in relationships with y'all friends. The only thing y'all missing is sex,
That's
and
it.
sex is the easy part to get rid of.
That's the easiest part. But the fact that you so connected to these people, you don't even know that you really are in a whole different lane, because you got to think about it. There's vulnerability in emotional soul ties. So the more I open up, the more I let you in. The more I let you in, the more power you have over me emotionally, mentally, because once those emotions get in there, the mind is gone, my love. You're not thinking clearly, you're not thinking right. You can't, navigate that relationship, friendship, whatever, with the right type of mentality. Even with your parents, you have emotional soul ties to your parents. This is why when it comes to healing those things, getting into shadow work, y'all know I'm always running back to shadow work. When you go through that shadow work process, that's why it's so hard to detach from those feelings and emotions and traumas from your parents, because you have emotionally been tied to them. Some of those are the deepest soul ties that you have, because they created you, especially with your mother. Healing from that mama is the most difficult thing you can do in your life. You think healing a relationship, that ain't shit. Heal from your mama. Let your mama break you emotionally and see how much of a hole you actually are in when you go and start doing the work. So soul ties are not just, oh, I ain't have sex with that person, so I'm not tied to them. Baby, yes, you are. Emotional soul ties can happen over the phone. So when you sit on the phone with your jailbird and he feeding you all of these lies, baby, you're emotionally invested. Now you tied to this man that is behind bars. Now you tied to this person that lives 100 miles from your damn house and you ain't never lay eyes on him. This is why catfish is catfish, because you can get emotionally invested with people that you've never encountered on a physical level. You don't need physicality to connect souls. This is spiritual. This is why we had to break this shit down and talk about the soul series, because spirituality it don't know walls. That shit travels east, west, north, and south at the speed of light and faster. It don't take all of that. We can send energy. Why I think we can read y'all through the damn phone and through the internet? If I can pick up on your energy through a text message, Why can't I pick up on your energy and be connected to you emotionally and have that tie? Make it make sense. So we have to be more careful with how we are navigating and moving out here. And this is why we talk about, when you do come into the knowledge, you got to act like you came into the knowledge. You can't just know what you know and then continue to move the way you've been moving and tie yourself to these people the way you've been tying yourself to them. Now, spiritual soul ties. Right now in the spiritual community, this is one of the biggest ones, because there's a lot of people who are proclaiming to be spiritual leaders, and a lot of y'all are tied to these people. So when truth comes out about them, you defending them like a motherfucker. Just think about churches. Those are spiritual soul ties. The motherfuckers sit in them congregations all day with the pastor that's a pedophile, with the pastor that's talking to all of the women in the church, and these people can't break away from the church because they have a spiritual tie, a spiritual connection to this person. If you think of your spirit as a completely different version of you, and you think of your physical as a different version of you, you think of your emotional as a different version of you, your spirit man can be connected to people as well. This is why you see these people in these cults, and they go leave their motherfucking families and get these people all their damn money and be brainwashed and swindled and hoodwinked, because spiritually they have connected themselves to another soul that is not good for them. Now, the thing about soul ties is soul ties aren't always bad. It just depends on who you're connected to. If you are connected to someone who is detrimental to you or your process, then you're going to take on the effects of that person, like my sister said. So if I'm connected to somebody who goes through depression and who has mental issues, and then I start losing my mind, then that's because I'm connected to a person that has fucking mental issues. But if I'm connected to a person who loves to, work on themselves and invest in themselves, and I find myself picking up those habits, then that's a good soul tie, because I'm connected to someone who has healthy habits. So your soul ties are good. Social soul ties, for example, would be your soul tribe. So you can be connected to people in a healthy manner. When you connected to your soul tribe, you are connected to the soul. That's why it's a soul tribe, because we're connected to these people not on a physical level, but on a spiritual level, on an emotional level, on damn near all levels. When you're connected to some people, you can have multiple different types of ties. You can be connected spiritually and emotionally, or socially and spiritually. It just depends on who it is and what it is. But when you start to pay attention to these things, you'll start to notice, okay, ever since I connected with this person, this has been going on in my life. Ever since I started talking to this person, this has been happening around me. Or on the flip side, ever since I connected to this person, I've been learning these things, and I've been able to, do these things, and my life has been changing positively. So with soul ties, soul ties sometimes get a bad rep just because most of the people we're tied to, we shouldn't be. That's just the reality of it. However, when you know the person by who they are on a soul level, and not who you want them to be, or not who they are on a physical level, because now, being in this realm in the 3D, everything is about the physical, and we are spiritual beings, we are soul beings, so we don't give a fuck about physical in the spiritual realm. That's some 3D shit, that's some earthly shit, that's some this realm type of stuff. So you see a lot of people connecting with motherfuckers just because they cute. Oh, we take nice pictures together and we go viral, and I want their DNA for my kids, or whatever type of low vibrational, okay, whatever, mentality a lot of people have. And then you're connected to these people, and you done had babies with these motherfuckers, and then your kids got mental issues because you didn't take time to do your homework and see who you was connecting to. You was just so pressed to be in a relationship. You was just so pressed to be around whoever. You didn't want to take time to heal. You didn't want to take time to actually use the knowledge that you've gained, which is wisdom. When you use the knowledge, because you can have the knowledge and not use it. So a lot of times we put ourselves in these detrimental situations, which then, if we're presented with these relationships and we don't heal them, and you come back next lifetime, now you have a karmic on your hands. Just that simple. Because of the fact that you didn't want to take the initiative to pay attention to the red flags when they was flagging. You didn't want to take the initiative to make the necessary cutoffs when you needed to, and cut the cords when you needed to, when spirit was sending you these dreams and telling you through other people, random ass strangers coming up to you when you minding your business and telling you about yourself, and you just think, oh, it was just a coincidence. Oh, that it was just, oh, that wasn't nothing. Spirit sending you whole ass dreams with the motherfucker cheating on you, and baby showing up in your dream that ain't yours, and all types of shit. Oh, that's just because I watched that show last night, and I think, I just dreamt, the show just mixed in with my dreams. No, we get all of these messages. So to say your spirit team ain't trying to make sure that you not connecting with the right people or the wrong people is ludicrous. Because they didn't send you every red flag that you can think of. But we want to do what we want to do, how we want to do it. And we don't pay attention. We don't, make the necessary choices. And now we stuck. Now we stuck and tied to people that we ain't want to be tied to. Now we are dealing with mental health issues, and we don't even know what the fuck is wrong. You just waking up with an attitude. You just waking up depressed. You just waking up mad. You just waking up wanting to end it all because you done had sex with someone who was suicidal, and now you're suicidal, and they done took your good high vibrational energy, and they're over there happy go lucky, and now you over here wanting to end it all because you didn't ask them about their mental health. You just thought they was cute and they was attractive, but you didn't realize they was cute and had motherfucking issues and problems and was psychotic. So now you're stuck with things that a lot of y'all don't know how to get rid of. And let's not get into my love spell honeys who want to go and jump on
Baby,
social media and put
baby,
niggas' names in their panties and attach niggas' locks to the end of their lock and put locks around their motherfucking wrists like a bracelet and do all of this weird ass shit, sleeping on niggas' names and all type of weird shit. And then you trying to figure out, like my sister said, why he beating your motherfucking ass every chance he get, or why now all of a sudden he don't want you to be with nobody else in the world, but now you done woke up and you tired of him, so you trying to get rid of him, but now you done put that spell on his ass and he's not going nowhere. So it's either y'all go together or y'all stay together. Because he's not playing that shit with you because you decided to try to put some shit on somebody because of your own insecurities or your own trauma that you didn't want to take time to heal or to fix. So now you're sitting here with your life in danger, looking crazy, okay?
as hell.
Or your kids' life in danger now because they can't get to you. Because that's the thing about spells. When that shit fire back, it don't got no name on it. Like they said, bullets don't got no name on it. Oh, karma don't have no name. It just know that it need to be in your neighborhood to affect you. So if it gotta come through your mama, it's gonna come through your mama. If your kids gotta get hit by a car, your kids just gotta get hit by a car. Because you wanna be out here doing the craziest, the most wild, insane shit to people. And then you see these stories on the news where these men then took everybody out. You and the kids. And then themselves. And then the family is left with what? Because people don't want to think, and you want to jump into this spiritual shit and act like it's a game. When you dealing with the heart, when you dealing with that heart chakra, baby, it is not a game. It is not a game. You talking about manic. You talking about people losing their shit, losing their marbles. Because if you are blocked at the heart chakra, there is no third eye. There's a blockage. So you can't see straight. There is no crown chakra. I can't think straight. There is no throat chakra. I can't even speak what's wrong with me. That's why you got a lot of people who go out here and commit these heinous acts and they can't even explain themselves because their heart chakra is so blocked that nothing else can come through. Nothing else can make sense. Nothing else can explain what's going on. Because all of this shit is spiritual. And the more you start to understand that, the more you can take care of yourself on all fronts. Now, my good sis just did her kitchen conjure class, and I want her to go into some of the ways to unbind yourself because I think it's very important that you guys learn. A lot of us got ourselves into these situations unintentionally. Some of us on purpose, some of us by accident, but the fact is we there. And we need to get the fuck from there real quick. Okay? And we need to do it in the safest manner but the most effective manner. Okay, and we talking to a root worker, so I want her to give y'all the 411 on how to do
Actually,
this.
let me show y'all something. Since we're on it,
We about to get into it. While she's getting set up, feel free to comment your questions because we're getting close to our Q&A segment. So feel free to comment your questions and we'll start to get through them as we continue on through the episode. Okay. So I said I don't
so
want to
this
say it
is
like this,
stuff.
but
This is
just
stuff that y'all need.
way I can ask. When it comes to spiritual and emotional soul ties, can it be a three-way? Hell yeah, girl. It can be a 16-way. It could be a 45-way. That's the thing. Once you dip into somebody's energy, baby, you done dipped. And they can take the thing with energy exchange is when we exchange, I get a little bit of you, you get a little bit of me. And then when I go to somebody else, I give them a little bit of me, which now includes a little bit of you. And then I go to somebody else and I give them a little bit of me, which now includes you and that other person plus me. So now it's all of us. So that's why, the spiritual thought behind wait till marriage to have sex wasn't necessarily trying to tell y'all, sex is bad. It was saying don't mix your goddamn energy with everybody because you track and trace it everywhere you fucking go. So this is why sometimes when you in a third party situation, you picking up on shit from the other woman that he's sleeping with. It's not even from him, but he done passed her shit on to you, and he basically acts as a carrier. So he carrying all these energies with all these different women, and you don't know who shit you got, especially if he be in the streets. He just passing anything around to anybody. Okay, so it can most definitely be a 15-way for
Baby.
sure.
So, just some things that I was picking up on that sis was saying and piggyback on it, I really want to reiterate is I want y'all going back to what sis was explaining to y'all, which sis you did a beautiful job with this. Twin flames. When sis was explaining to you twin flames only being one in these different lifetimes, right? Understand that a lot of y'all are confusing the fact that pawns and breadcrumbs are not your twin flame. Some people are sent into your life to bring you to your twin flame. So
Mm-hmm.
it looks like that's my twin flame. You trying to hold on to it, but really the universe like, no, I need you to. I'm gonna. His homeboy that you keep hiding with, that you get so close with. I use him to bring you close to him, so now y'all can meet each other. Stuff like that really happens. Because if we're talking about spirituality, like she said, the vessel spirit don't care about.
Mm-hmm.
Titles spirit don't care about. All of this is man-made and it's an illusion. Spirit like, oh no. See, yeah, they homeboys or they brothers, but he's your twin flame. I just use him as a breadcrumb. Now you wonder why you kicking it with him and you like, well, I feel so I picked the wrong friend. And you actually didn't. Everything is already written, but this is how this is gonna go. So you do share a lot of commonalities with your twin flame. Example, my brother dead, your brother dead.
Mm-hmm.
Um, your daddy dead, my daddy dead. Or your daddy dead, my mama dead.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a mirror. Now, when it comes to the different soul types, I want y'all to pay attention to two, the permanent and the protective. Permanent is the one that happens when you get married. That's why people getting married just to have a wedding and just to prove a point to somebody. Now you tied with this person. You wonder why all this stuff going on. Why you getting embarrassed? Because now you have literally went through a ritual that tied y'all souls together.
And
When it
included
comes
a
to
crowd of people.
right, then when you talk about business, this right here can be a permanent soul tie. It's business.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a bad marriage. A permanent soul tie doesn't necessarily have to be bad. Like sis was saying,
Mm-hmm.
this business. So we permanently are going to make sure that we do the right thing by each other. I can feel her, she can feel me. We will see a lot of things that are similar. We know how to move around.
Mm-hmm.
Protective is one, if you are in the spiritual community that I just learned that I need to be careful about, that you need to be careful about, that she need to be careful about, when it comes that people feel like they owe you something. So
Mm.
I'm going to defend you. So now it's like, dang, you shot with me all the time. Damn, you saved my life. I mean, I'm thankful that you saved my life, but I'm loyal to you because you did that for
Mm-hmm.
me. Now you taking a lot of shit that you typically wouldn't take because you feel like you're indebted to this person. Got to be careful with those. So on the tip of when y'all be connected to people and you need to cut the cord. Cord cutting ceremony is a ceremony that you need to know. Unbinding yourself to somebody. Things like this will help you. You see that heart at the bottom, right? Do you see these two people are back to back? Now, what you can do is, because I'm a root worker, I'm a conjure woman, I keep separation oil. Because I do this a lot. This is one of the things that anytime that you book root work with me or any work with me, I always teach you how to maintain. Unless you just like, Amber, you can just do it. I have a lot of people that's like, Amber, I just trust you with it. Just take care of it. I would rather you know how to do it yourself. I'm not always
Mm-hmm.
available. I'm not always going to make myself available. So, and you'll notice that's the difference between me and sis when it comes to this. We want y'all to not have to come to us for everything. We want you to
Yes.
find yourself. That's why we teach. We get so much free game because it's like, I want you on your feet. She wants you on your feet. We want you not needing to be like, I need to book a session. I need to book a session. I want you to be able to be like, I don't know, I ain't got no tarot readings in my family, but I can pick the card up and tell I need to have some patience today. I'm tripping.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
it. Now, when it
Good.
comes to unbinding, these people are together, but guess what? They backs to each other. Anytime that you see backs to each other, now I can break these and put them together. But like I said, you also see that they are on a heart. If you can't get this in your local area, you can't get it in enough time, a black candle from your local Hispanic market or wherever you got around you will work.
Mm-hmm.
Things that I like to keep blue and ill. Camphor. Now, when it comes to unbinding, if you don't have these things, you better cut that phone off. You better cut that TV off. You better make sure that you have cleansed yourself in salt. Literally, run you some bath water to a temperature that you can sit in, soak in it. I need you to get from here down, and you are washing away. When you are
Mm-hmm.
washing away, this is how you're going to do this. And y'all can do it with me. Take some time, close your eyes. I'm going to show you how quickly you can get into the energy. But this is a situation when you don't have tools, because all of this is tools to help your work get moving. But without the tools, I'm still going to make it pop because I invest in myself. I love myself. I trust myself. I am God. God is me. We are one. I am the universe. I am everything around. I am my ancestors. So I know everything is within here. She know everything is within her. You know everything is within you. Now, when you close your eyes, we're really big on inhaling through the nostrils, releasing through the mouth. That's going to channel your energy. And you're going to inhale once. Your belly should fill up. Exhale. Your belly should flatten. Second time, inhale through the nostrils. Third time, inhale through the nostrils. Some of you will feel energy in your shoulders, right? Some of you will feel it. Now you just want to shake because where you're about to be with this is going to be very, very, very strong. Release yourself. If you can sit straight up, lift your head up to the point where your eyes are kind of looking dead ahead, but your eyes are closed. You can kind of feel it because you'll feel like a little tension between your forehead because your pineal gland or pineal gland, however you want to pronounce it, will start to know, okay, I'm at a level that I can open up. All right. Now, when you are here, it is extremely important to be very, very, very intentional. I want you to imagine your person that you want to get rid of, that you want to cut that cord, you want to be done with completely. Picture this person how they are. The last way you saw them, how they typically dress, whatever, picture them in front of you. Now, I want you to know that you are going to have this person do things. Imagine that they're doing things how you would normally see them do things. Now you need your person to remove his or her shirt. While you see this person lifting the shirt up and then he pulling it from the back, how he pulled his shirts from the back with his little back art, you're going to see yourself taking off your shirt as well. You will feel a tingling sensation in your shoulders and somewhat in your lower abdominal area or right up under your chest, that mid area. With the shirt off, I want you to imagine and see that there is a flesh cord connected to both of your stomach areas. I want you to lean back and feel the tension of him leaning in the opposite direction so you feel the flesh cord that's connecting you pulling. Now, in your hand, I want you to take a pair of shears. They could be big shears, it could be a machete, whatever you want to use. Imagine his face when he sees this object in your hand because he don't know what you're about to do with it. This is a realistic situation. You can even imagine him saying, "What you doing with that? What you about to do?" Now you're going to take those scissors or that knife and you are going to start to cut the flesh and cut it as though you were literally cutting flesh because that is a flesh type of muscle strength that is there. You can't just unbind yourself and rip it apart. Now, when you're really doing this, you will feel a pain in your stomach because spiritually, this is really happening. As you are cutting and you're severing that tie, you can shed a tear. Some people cry, some people scream. Imagine this person fighting you. And imagine what it would be to cut through a flesh cord and the fear that you would have to hurt yourself or to harm yourself. Because that's a lot of your problems. You connected to this person. You feel like if I let you go, I'm going to hurt even more. No, you won't. You'll be okay. So when you finally cut that cord, imagine that there is blood leaking out. There is different things leaking out. And imagine the pain that this person feels. Now imagine your person falling to the ground and holding their abdominal stomach, their abdominal area because they are in so much excruciating pain and you are backing away. You can even imagine yourself looking down and seeing your hands covered in blood, right? Now, when you are backing away from this person, You can say things like, John Doe, I release myself from this soul tie with you. John Doe, I release myself from this soul tie that I share with you. You're going to repeatedly say this 7 times. Now, imagine you see the blood filling on the floor. This person's not dying. This is just a soul tie cord being clipped. And you are going to back away and imagine that a light is dimming on your person. And you are going to slowly open your eyes when I count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Now, when you perform, this is when you don't have any tools. That's why it's important. No phones on, nothing on. You need nothing interfering with the frequency because you're tapping into somebody else's energy. When you do that, your phone will ring. It might not be that night, but you'll feel them pulling on you. You'll feel them. Why all of a sudden they in my head? Why the song he love is on the radio? Why his sister keep liking all my stuff? Why is he calling me now? Now he want to go out to eat. Why? Because he feels the detachment has taken place. Some of y'all would even be like, my period came on. Some of y'all will be like, I don't feel good. Because you're severing a tie. Now, when you have something as simple as this, candle magic is very, 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 very powerful. Black candles will protect you. They will also banish and unbind. You can use a white candle as well. When you use this candle, you want to make sure you clean this candle from top to bottom. I wash away any extra energy that is going to interfere with my unbinding to John Doe. I cleanse you to welcome in the beautiful energy of the spirit world to activate this candle. It is very important that you speak into your candle. Black candle, I appreciate you. I adore you. I welcome your energy to sever the tie between me and John Doe. I desire no longer to be connected to John Doe. I am aware of what this is with John Doe and I am done. Please cast away the soul tie that we share completely and give me the strength to allow myself to heal from the disconnection of me and John Doe. Mm-hmm. Once you do that, this right here, you're welcome, baby. Once you do that, and you take your match and you say activate. Now, some of you will feel headaches. Some of you will feel thumping behind your eye. Some of you will vomit. Some of you will start to be like, I got a bruise on my stomach. I have had people be like, oh my God, it's a bruise right there. And I didn't hit anything. Literally a dead bruise in between her stomach where she was like, look at this. And when I tell you, do I answer? Do I answer? If you want to cut the tie, no. If you don't want to cut it, pick the phone up. But I'm going to tell you, once you do the unbinding, it's going to be hell if you go back. It is going to be hell because your soul is like, no, we just healed from that. No. Your flesh is like, I want it. I'm going to tell you something. Your soul going to win every time.
The easy way or the hard way?
Now you got 2 souls. Pick 2 souls that's like, we don't belong together. Why we just can't get right? Then you do a cord cutting ceremony where you unbinded yourself from this person? The universe like, I'm not putting y'all back together. You literally just had surgery. When this burns, You can do one or two things. You can take your brown paper bag, you can take your piece of paper that is blank and write, I release my connection with John Doe right now. Ashe, molded be, whatever you say. Fold it away from you 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Put the candle safely on top of it. Allow the candle to go. This person will come to you. Some of y'all people, he won't even pull up in the daytime. He gonna be on your phone like, you wanna go to lunch?
You better block the mother.
And this is not to do this so y'all can attract them, because it's easy to telepathically communicate to somebody. This is to get rid of that connection. 7 days. In 7 days, you will notice, because if you keep taking the person back when he answers, he's going to disappoint you every time. She's going to disappoint you every time, whoever it is. Because spirit is telling you disconnect, abort mission, abort mission.
But real fast, to my lesbians, you too.
Because y'all, we not supposed to, and this is all I'm saying.
To my gay man, you too.
Thank you for saying that, because when we were talking about soul ties, when we were talking about commonalities, that's why a lot of black and brown men are leaning towards their homeboys, and it's giving gay vibes because they share a lot of commonalities. No one makes sense but him.
He's the only one that understands
He the only one that understands me. You see niggas in the club with their homeboys money. Well, anyways, so when you do this, y'all need to know it's a wrap. Now, if you have something like this, you can literally write it on the bottom of this. This is why I love these candles. I, Amber Jenkins, unbind myself from John Doe right now. Simple. You can make your own separation oil, or you can buy some. Literally, you want to take it with the separation oil. I am welcoming in the separation safely from me, Amber Jenkins, Empress A, and John Doe right now. When you light this candle, always pay attention to your flame and how this burns. Sometimes I take a twill around it just to see, and tie it to see what the tie looks like. The things that you will see as I'm watching it burn is sometimes like the man part be burning and leaning forward, and the woman part be leaning back towards him. So now I know, okay, so she keep reeling you back in. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you'll see the woman head burn real fast and cave in. It's like, okay, so he got her tied up at the mind. So it's things like that you're going to pay attention to. When you got things like this, you want to pay attention to the flame and how this is burning down. If this is black soot, that is letting you know, oh, so he don't want me to go nowhere. She don't want me to go nowhere, but I gotta go. That means that danger is around being connected to this person, and your spirit council is over there like this. Give it to them. They cutting, they doing all type of stuff. Got them in the head. I'm almost done, boo. When you see this part is black, and then you see this part is clear, that means that there was some issues, there was some blockages, but they made it through. When you see that this is burned clean, and you see just that white sitting there, you go like that, you're like, oh, we good. That means that this was sent up, your spirit council got it, and you good to go. When you see the lines, that means the timing. You can count the lines and be like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. That means that it's gonna take about 7 months. He gonna keep coming back around for 7 months. Pay attention to stuff. Pay attention if this bust. If this bust, that means that this connection was so strong that they really just did like a one big, as if it was Ogun took the machete and was like, man, fuck all this, poof. And you will feel like some of y'all will be asleep when it busts. And you'll literally go, what was that? But guess what? The next day you be like, I ain't thought about him all day. I'm good. What if you guys are still in the household temporarily? Can you still do it? Okay, so you can still unbind. However, However, it's going to be toxic and it's going to be a lot of drama.
Let's ask ourselves, why are we still in this environment?
That's what spirit is going to do, is push y'all out. That's how spell work works, root work works, because why are you still in the house with this person? So what the energy is going to do is pull one of y'all out the house and put one of y'all out. What that may look like, because you don't choose what the spirits do, depending on who, if there are allows that choose you, if there are ancestors that are walking with you, that dude could go to jail. Now he out the house. Now your lease up. You can't afford the rent no more.
You get put
You
out.
you can make it, you can manifest it, but spirit like, I got you something even better over here. Don't tell them where you live at, but you done wrote them a letter, or you done sent an well, you could just use this address. Now you back at it. No, spirit will come into that space. Spirit will come into that space and cause reasons for you to go. Whether you're going in a coffin, whether you're going in a police car, whether you're going because you need to go take care of your mama, whether you're going because you got a job offer, whether he going to jail, whether you going to whatever it is, spirit will be like, oh no, we had to get you up out of there.
Do you have to do it person by person, or yes, you have to do it person by person.
Yeah. That's person by person because the energies are different. And because that is so intense and things like that, you want to pay attention to you want to pay attention to things like how they respond, because that's how real you have to get when you are doing root work and you are doing unbinding spells. You have to imagine that person voice, you have to imagine a scent, you have to imagine a skin, you have to imagine them down to their nails. So you need to do it person by person.
Absolutely. And as well as the fact that patience, y'all. God damn it, patience. If you done been in some of these situations 5, 7, 10 years, then it needs your full attention. It's not something that you can just kind of run through. Like you said, sometimes it can take a couple months for things to really, really take effect, or a couple of, weeks for things to really take effect. And you don't want to, you can't cover everything at once because of how detailed and specific you have to be, like she said, when it comes to releasing energies from you, whether these are romantic relationships, whether these are your parents, whether these are friends, whoever it may be. When you are disconnecting from these people, it takes a great deal and a great amount of energy, which requires focus. And you can't focus on 13 people at once. You can only focus on one person at a time.
And I want to piggyback off of that. If y'all learn, and sis, I'm so grateful for you saying it, because as a root worker, that is probably one of the most common issues that people have, and that's why y'all find yourselves in a bunch of shit, because you didn't even give the root worker sent the work up. You don't give your root worker work time to work. So
Right.
now you done reached out to another root worker and another root worker and another root worker. You might have spirits working together that don't even like each other. You wonder why your life is in chaos.
You
This is
can't
not.
just hire no root worker and think that it's just up to them. You have to do your part.
And you have to also understand that the root worker and the conjure woman is a liaison.
Hmm.
I basically am just a person that they're going to listen to. She spends a lot of time with the deceased. She spends a lot of time with the spirit
You're a
world.
lawyer,
Hey, girl.
spiritual
So
lawyer.
really, I'm basically your, like you said, your lawyer. I am your attorney. I am the conduit. I'm the liaison where I'm like, okay, so this is what we're needing to do. Will you aid us? No. Why? Because did she tell you such and such? She did not. Well, what's going on with such and such? Why are you asking about that? Because that's why they ain't not gonna help you. And you can't say the root worker didn't do what the root worker needed to. The root worker just basically sends up the work. And you have to understand, when you are doing unbinding and things like that, there are other elements that need to get taken care of.
Hmm.
This is not abracadabra. This is, okay, we're gonna do it the way, and the universe gonna be like, nah, I'm active. I'm gonna do it the best way for you so you can learn your lesson. You'll never go back to this again. I want him out of my life. Boom, he in the club, he done got shot. You the loudest one at the funeral screaming, but you said you want him out your life. I didn't want him to die. I didn't want him, but he had kicked your ass and molested your kids. What you mean?
Cause wait,
Huh? Oh my gosh, I didn't want my house to burn down. You said that you wanted to get out of the house with him.
this
And
is
when the
why
house
you have
burned,
options. That's why spirit gives you red flags so that you can get out before it even gets to the point where now we have to take it there. Because once they take it there, now everybody is crying and complaining and sad. But during the times that you could have done things, you just sat back and didn't move. So, I mean, we have the opportunity to make things go the way that we want them to go in a safer manner, which is why our spirit team gives us, those red flags or those downloads so that we can move accordingly and knock it out instead of having to be faced with or bombarded with all of these different things. On the level of church, how do you get rid of that? So, I think this is going back to the spiritual soul ties that we were talking about. When it comes to releasing the church, that comes through knowledge. The more knowledge and information you acquire, the more you'll be able to release the church because what you're tied a lot of what has you tied up to the church on an emotional level, it started with your mental. These are things that were embedded into our mental since we were, for a lot of us, babies, toddlers, 2, 3, 4, 5 years old. They was telling us the devil this and the Lord that and church this and Jesus that. So, a lot of it is going to come through you educating yourself. And the more you know and the more information you come into, then you can start to excuse a lot of the emotional things that you're kind of holding against yourself when it comes to the church. And a lot of the connections that you had to the church will start to kind of dwindle away because now you understand and you have the knowledge to understand that you never needed those things to begin with. Now, if it is the leader of the church that you have built a bond with, because some people have more of a connection to the actual church itself rather than the leader. But if you do have a bond with that specific person, then kind of along the same lines as, any other soul tie, the removal process is pretty much the same. You don't necessarily have to go as deep as, the candle, because, that's a different type of thing. But you can do a burn letter when you write out, to that person the same specifics, whatever comes to you, dear pastor such and such, my experience with you was this, and that. This happened to me, that happened to me. You did this, you did that, whoop de whoop, wop de wop. And then, ending it along the lines of I release. I release this, I release that, I release the memories of this, I release the experiences of that. I keep the lessons, which is very important when you are saying your affirmations, when you are doing any type of cord cutting or any type of releasing. You always want to make sure, number one, you call your power back clean. Okay, because these motherfuckers done had it and we don't know what they did to it. And I don't want my shit to come back tainted with your energy and your bullshit. So call it back clean and then also, make sure that um you are being very specific. The person's name. If you got to put their birthday, then do that.
and put and also you can, when you are doing these things and you are asking for help from the spirit world, understand when you hear somebody who is spiritual say, hey, we are four elements set,
Mm-hmm.
because you want to seal it and make sure that you have those things: earth, air, fire, water, a glass of water. Earth could be the crystal or it could be tobacco. That could be a cigarette you got or a cigarette you got. Fire. A lot of times when it comes to the candle, that's so you can heat up your request, and it can get pushed up and it can travel, and so spirit can see you. Because if you think about it, spirits are in a dark place and they hear. So when they see the light, they're like, oh, that's who calling me. Let me walk my tail over there. When it comes to air, that can be the air in your body from you speaking the words, or that can also be an incense. But when you are doing these things, pretty D, I'm gonna revert back and touch base on this. This is when I'm telling you this, baby. This is just simply referencing people who have that same question.
Mhm.
When y'all are unbinding things, whether it's from your parents, whether it's from a lover, whether it's from anything, jobs, whatever, your old version of yourself, whatever, understand, church, whatever, you cannot get away from doing your part. Because a lot of your unbinding, baby, is simply you taking back your power.
Mhm.
It's simply you really saying, "Hey, God, I know we are one and the same. I need you to step aside of me because I ain't feeling like you here." Things like that and actually doing the work will show you. That's why that's why you have certain things that need to get done that you have to do, which is what I'm when sis was saying, y'all gotta do your part. You gotta do your part. And when it comes to like church and things like that, and you sending up that word, be detailed, like sis said, that's a petition.
Mhm.
I, Amber Jenkins, am here on this day, March, whatever, 2024, at this time. I come to you to request that you aid me in cutting the cord and unbinding myself from anything and everything in reference to John Doe, born January 1st, 1974. I
Yep.
request this so I can be freed of any behaviors, any habits, any blockages, anything that's connected to this person so I can move on and become a better version of myself.
Mhm.
In return, I offer you the element of water, the element of air, the element of fire, and the element of earth. Sign your name, burn it. It don't have to be in glass. Spirit understands. You can have a bottle of water sitting right there. You can have, but you
So
have to when you're
intention.
intentions. When you are asking, you burn it, and that's a lot of things that people really need to know. When you are burning letters and things like that, that's a petition. You asking for help. A lot of why people things don't work is because you basically saying, "Hey, Poker, I want you to help me with my shadow work." And I mean, I seen my mama get killed by my daddy. I was raised in an orphanage, but I'm good though. I got a couple charges pending. I ain't got my kids. So can you help me? Yeah, I offer the service. I offer the service for this price. Oh, Well, let me just ask you a question. Now you asking her 15 questions, but you don't want to pay her for her time or her energy. So when you send it up, you got to say thank you. I give gratitude. I burn
Mhm.
this letter. And even if you don't have it right now, the spirit council is so understanding. I burn this letter right now because I need this bind. I need to be unbinded from this person at this very moment. Currently, if you replenish me with the finances, I will pour out to you a bottle of water. I will pour out to you liquor, rum, crown, whatever I got. I will drop coins, pennies on the ground for you. Thank
Mhm.
you. They gonna help you because they love you. But if you really want that, because a lot of y'all, like she said, intentions, y'all mad right now. So now you doing something out of anger. Now you wonder why he pulling up to your house, kicking your door in. He ain't
Yeah.
never did that before. He must really care. No, he really pissed off because the energy in which you sent the letter up. They didn't put no little razzle dazzle on that. So I mean, she didn't pay us for it. Just send it up. She didn't even say thank you. She ain't even say, well, I'm gonna come back and bring you some coffee. I'm gonna pour some coffee on the ground for you. She ain't do nothing. She just wanted us to keep doing stuff for her. We've been protecting her. So when you burn that letter up, you got to be intentional. And if you're not for sure, and you know you're supposed to be for sure, ask. Listen, please make me comfortable with this decision. And
Mhm.
you will feel comfort start to ease in. But you also have to understand that, like we say, elements of life are still existence. Things still have to happen.
Absolutely. That goes into this question about if you unbind from a parent, does that mean the relationship is over? Sometimes yes, and sometimes no. It depends on that particular relationship with that parent. You know, if that your parent, you know, sometimes it's just a vessel to get you here. Not always is it for us to have a relationship with our parents, not because we're bad people or something is wrong with us, but just that that's just not a part of our life, you know, in particular. That may be somebody else's experience. Your experience may be for you to, you know, find that mothering energy from a third party, someone else who, you know, you didn't even grow up around, or have a mentor that comes into your life that gives you the nurturing that you needed from that parent, or whatever the case is. So sometimes, you know, it really just depends with those types of relationships, just because the ties that come along with our parents are so deep because we come from their essence. We, you know, there are parts of them that live within us regardless on a physical level. So they are a part of this physical body so much, not so much the soul, but more of this physical experience. You know, parents are more a part of that physical experience. So it can be difficult, but you know, sometimes, you know, unbinding could sometimes give you a clean slate with that parent for you guys to start over. And sometimes it can just be, you know, that you no longer need that person. And you need to separate from that person because they can be detrimental to your process. You got to remember, when it comes to parents, especially mothers, you know, they're and fathers, you know, they are speaking over you and casting things over your life before you even show up here. So a lot of us don't really know the full intent of our parents towards us sometimes. So we may think that just because they're our parents and we, you know, come from a society here on earth that parents are important, that they automatically have our best intentions at heart and want the best for us and all of these other things. But you know, you don't know their true intentions, especially because you aren't them, and a lot of them aren't going to vocally come out and be like, I don't fuck with you and I don't want the best for you. Sometimes their trauma puts them in that, you know, that space, and they can't mentally, you know, even conceptualize that they even feel that way towards you. So you can be feeling the energy, but they don't even realize that they're giving you that energy. So when it comes to protecting yourself, you know, sometimes protecting yourself requires sacrifice. And, you know, sometimes you have to sacrifice those relationships and those connections in order for you to have that peace, in order for you to be able to achieve the things you're supposed to achieve. Because, you know, for example, myself, my mother doesn't like what I do. My mother's a full blown pastor. She's a Christian Pentecostal pastor, baby. She
My
don't like what
mama
I do.
can't stand. When I say
And
my mama can't stand us,
listen, don't like what I do at all, and even purchase, you know, sometimes they, again, this goes to parents participating in spell work and witchcraft and not even being aware of what they're doing. My mother bought some of my books and put them on her altar at her fucking church, and tell me that she prays to God that I'm gonna come back to the church. Baby, that is root work. You're putting a spell on me. Okay, you are literally trying to bind me to the damn church. That is, and don't even understand the magnitude of that. So understanding how easily it is to speak over people and to put things on people, and people be completely unaware of what's going on, you know, it's just, it's a touchy thing. So, you know, of course, our intentions, because of what we didn't have, a lot of us are coming from abandonment. A lot of us are coming from not being nurtured properly, not being loved and taken care of properly, and all of these different things. So we outsource, and we, you know, sometimes force ourselves in relationships with these people, even though they can never really give us what we need. And when you unbind yourself, that's spirit's way of saying, hey, babe, I know you really, really want this, but you never needed it. And you don't need it now. So if it's, you know, if you trust me and you trust us, then let it go. And I promise, you know, we'll have something better waiting for you. Like I said, sometimes it comes in the form of a mentor. You can meet a person that's more of a mommy to you in 2 weeks than your mama ever been your whole life. Okay. It just really depends on your personal journey.
And before we tap out, I want to let y'all know when you are doing unbinding. Why am my thing leaning all of a sudden? I wasn't doing that before. Strange. Remember when you are unbinding, it's okay to ask spirit to replace it with, like, it's okay to be like, you're removing this. Please replace this with joy and happiness and love and peace. Keep me distracted from worrying with great things.
Mm-hmm.
Keep me focused. Keep me level headed. Keep me passionate about being better. Help
Mm-hmm.
me understand. Like, those are things that you can say. You know what I mean? Because you want to bring it on in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. Before we wrap up, we do have an announcement for those who were tuned in. We were doing a raffle to celebrate our 10th episode. We are now, of course, on our 11th episode, but we did a raffle to celebrate and really capitalize on our efforts and our accomplishments and achievements with this beautiful space that we have created. And the winner of that is Miss Pretty D, okay, who number one is one of the biggest supporters of this podcast, as well as a big support to myself and Empress A individually. She shows up in her lives and my lives separately. She's always, sharing our content and following wherever, we are on all social medias, personal social medias, as well as anything pertaining to Throne Talk. And we super, 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 super appreciate you and everything that you do. We appreciate the support. We appreciate the love. It's seldom that you get, really, really genuine people who support you in everything that you do, and you don't have to, put out anything or ask for it. It's just because of, that's just the type of person they are. And Dee has a really, really beautiful soul, and she, shows up in any way, shape, or form. She'll comment, she'll share, she'll do all types of different things. So we really, really appreciate you.
Definitely appreciate you, D. One of the things that I do want to shine light on with D, D is so supportive of others because we deal with hundreds of people. That's why we tell y'all, like, it's never us ignoring you, it's never us overlooking you, but we are business owners, we are spiritual guidance, and we are conduits. So we're oracles, we're readers, we're healers, we're all these two-headed doctors, we all these things. And when you have somebody like Dee, the reason why she can so well support others is because she's working damn hard to support herself. You attract what you are, and you give people only what you have internally. So, from the bottom of Throne Talks hearts, from our mentals, from our minds, from our eyesights and our pineal glands, we see you, we love you, we adore you. Um, it's just a beautiful thing because she literally comes to us, get services, questions nothing with
No,
prices. We
nothing.
can redirect her and say, hey, look, I think you should do this. Such. She's like, okay, so what do you think I should do about this? But most importantly, she prides herself in putting in the work.
Yes.
She puts in. So this woman put in so much work, y'all. I mean, down to, hey, listen, I ain't trying to bombard you. I did XYZ. I did this, I did that. But she trusts herself. That's how she knows she's attracting what she needs to. So from us to you, Pretty D, it's an honor to have you of many take this, own this. And this was a raffle. This was literally multiple people. It's not just a pick one person. We literally did what we need to do, but we knew the spirit deemed you for this moment, and we are grateful for it, baby, to see you on the journey, to watch you on the journey, and we cannot wait to experience you in person, in the flesh, but know that we always experience you in the spiritual and the soul world. We love you, mama.
Yes, we love you. We appreciate you so much. Make sure that you inbox myself to book your consultation and inbox
Mhm.
Empress A to book your reading. For those who didn't know about the raffle, or for those who, did submit but just weren't chosen this go round, we will continue to do things like this. One thing about us, we love to give back. We don't mind doing things for people who support us, people who show up for us, people who, don't ask for a lot and don't mind, paying certain prices and supporting certain services and following and doing the things that don't require any money, like commenting and following and sharing. Those are things that they have no cost to them. So when people can do those things, with the purest of intentions, then we definitely want to make sure that we're celebrating those people. So D is the first in Throne Talk history to receive some things from our first raffle. Of course, every milestone we're going to be doing something to give back, every single time, to show our appreciation to all of you. So next time we do the raffle, make sure that you write in, make sure that you participate, because you never know, it can be you the next time. And don't hate on Pretty D either, because again, it can be
All you
you the
gotta do
next
is get in with
time.
her.
Oh,
You
okay.
know that Tia with that Tia Camp.
That's my girl.
I
Okay.
love Tia
Listen,
Camp. I'm
the
sorry.
toxic in me is in love. Okay.
I love Tia Camp. All you gotta do is get in with me. Period.
Ruby.
So yeah, that's that. Y'all know what to do, and I'm gonna tell y'all per usual. Y'all know where to find Empress A at. It's listed down here at the bottom. Go find Poker Speaks. Go find Poker at Poker Speaks, and also if y'all feel like, or Spirit is telling you, hey, sow a seed, drop something in, do something. Our cash apps are listed below. If you do find like, hey, I don't really use cash app, just hit us up and say, hey, I just want to sow a seed. How else can I sow a seed? That's perfectly fine with us. We're so grateful. We do also, if it's any topics that y'all need, because we are on the Soul series right now. So with the Soul series, we're gonna continue to do the Soul series till we finish this up, because we got next week is gonna be even better. So grab your pens, grab your papers, and listen, follow us, because we drop gems on a regular. The
Yes.
amount of times that Sis goes live and I go live, this is free gems. Get the knowledge, take advantage of it, learn. We want y'all to be stable. We want y'all up here with us. Come on.
Period.
It just does up here. It does.
Come on now. We lonely over here.
We
Damn it.
be like lolly up here. And some of y'all coming, I feel it.
Also, to put a
I
bug
feel
in
it.
y'all ear, we are planning a meet and greet for Charlotte, North Carolina. The dates that
420.
we are looking for is the weekend of 420. Okay, now
And if you know us, 420.
you we ready.
All you gotta do
So
is get
it
in
should
with
be
us.
it should be the 19th, which is that Friday, to the 21st, which is that Sunday. Of course, we will have more details for you all within the next 7 days, so that you can, start to get your stuff together, get your coins right, book your hotels and things of that nature. We are super excited. And literally we were trying to figure out a day, and this weekend was just like perfect. It was just like, how about this weekend? It's like,
What
oh,
about
that's
420?
actually perfect.
What about 420?
So it
So
worked out for both of us.
So
Um,
we're probably going to present y'all with, like, if you want to stay where we're staying at, if you want to do something to that nature, we'll present to you the package. If y'all want to do the package that we present to y'all within the next week, you can. That way, all you know is, hey, my room book, I just gotta fly in and come, and they sitting in the lobby waiting on me, and that's it. Get your coins. I know your coins together because we're abundant beings. But other than that, Sis, you got anything else?
That's it. We ready to see y'all. We ready to do this. This is one of the main things that we was prioritizing. We said we don't do nothing else. We gonna do this goddamn meet and greet slash retreat or whatever, even if it's for 24 hours. We gonna figure it out. Cause it's so important. We are healers that like to do what we do in person. We like to hug and touch
Yeah, we like to
and
hug.
squeeze you and pat you on the back when you're crying. We are really we are healers that like to get our hands dirty and don't mind getting our hands dirty. Not to say y'all dirty, because we dirty too. But we like to get down to the nitty and gritty with you guys and to build that different rapport. A lot of these spiritual people you only see online, and it makes it feel like they're untouchable or things of that nature, and we don't want that type of energy here. We want y'all to understand that we are family and we are here to be used, but not misused. Okay? Period. So we know that standing in our essence and in our purpose is to be hand in hand and side by side with y'all in these streets. So we ready to turn up. This will be the first of many to come. So if you are a part of this one, you will be a part of Throne Talk history, my love. Okay, and you can tell your grandkids, "Hey, girl, I was at the first one, and now they on a 90th."
You can tell your grandkids we Thelma and Louise, period.
Period. Okay,
That's
that's
Thelma.
a fact.
That's Thelma and Louise.
Period. So we're super excited. Sis, you got anything else?
Nope. We gonna gather some stuff like Sis said within the next week and present it to y'all. Um, if y'all want to go ahead and if it's easier for y'all, just be like, hey, we send a payment to y'all, y'all pay for it. That way, everybody's staying in the same room, in the same hotel, or Airbnb, whatever we decide. Probably leaning towards a hotel, so we will be downtown, and we can just kind of Uber everywhere and walk everywhere. That'll be dope. So, to avoid driving.
Perfect.
So that works for us. That way, it's like when we go do breakfast, we could just walk right here. You can feel safe knowing that you're with people that you are connected to and
That part.
things like that. That's the biggest part. So we'll have that together for y'all within 7 days. So that will be next Thursday. Hopefully, we will already have it put together by this weekend. We'll try our best, but for sure, by next Thursday's episode, we'll have the pay link or how you're gonna send the payment so we can go ahead and book and do all of that.
Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. So again, make sure that you guys make sure you subscribe. The more you like these videos, the more it gets pushed into the algorithm, and people who may not know us but need us can find us. Okay, period. And we can
Period.
expand this community even more. If you're watching from Facebook, on either one of our pages, also make sure that you share, make sure that you send a heart, whatever it may be, because you can push us in the algorithms there as well. Y'all, the support that you guys give us with the likes and comments, you don't understand how much it does. We are content creators, so a lot of what we do is based on social media, and they don't like people like us being in the algorithm. So the way that we stay there, the way that we keep talking our shit and spreading it amongst the collective, is with the support that you guys give us. So it is all appreciated. Even if it's one like, one comment, one share, baby, we appreciate it all. Again, all of our socials are going across the bottom of the screen, so feel free to follow us on all of our socials, including our Throne Talk TikTok that was just created as well. Other than that, we will see your beautiful faces next Thursday. Have an amazing weekend. Be safe. We love y'all. And we will be
Bye.
out of here. Bye.